Sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 in sympathy down. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. No, that's football. That's football. I'll tell you what, there's so much football going on at the moment. I'm getting confused myself. But hello everybody and welcome. You're very, very welcome, of course. And it is Aston Villa against Chelsea this afternoon. Very, very big game in relation to Manchester United, but Wolverhampton Wanderers, Leicester, maybe Spurs. I mean, is anybody else in this top four race? Chelsea definitely are. And again, a bit like yesterday with Brighton and Arsenal and Watford and Leicester, it's relegation candidates against top four candidates. And that is what we are here for today. We'll get into the team news, but I hope you're all doing very, very well. We have got Hot Mic today if people want to give it a go. I know people were moaning about it yesterday, so I thought, you know what, let's give it another go. The link is in the video description if you want to give it a go. Alex Golding, thank you. Score prediction there. Appreciate that. And yeah, if you want to give Hot Mic a go, I'll talk you through that in a few minutes' time. But links in the video description. It's free on Apple and Android to download, and it's a way of syncing in the game perfectly with what you're watching and what I'm doing. It's got its own live chat and everything like that. So get involved with that. My score prediction for the game today is going to be, unfortunately, because I'd like to see them dropping points from a selfish Manchester United point of view. I would like to see that. I would like to see Villa win. But I think Chelsea are going to win this 3-1. I think the quality of Chelsea will be too much. Talking of which, let's start off with Chelsea. They are technically the away side. It is at Villa Park again. Kepa in goal. Azpilicueta, Rudiger, Christensen and Alonso. Loftus-Cheek, Kante, Kovacic and Willian, Giroud and Mount. So it's 4-3-3, which is quite interesting because Tammy Abraham's on the bench and Giroud starts. Willian starts and Pulisic is on the bench. Caballero, I thought was their goalkeeper before, but Kepa's got it back. So it's not the strongest Chelsea team. They've got no Jorginho. I think he's banned for 2 games. Hudson-Odoi, whether he starts or not, is on the bench. Isn't even on the bench. He's not quite fit yet. So, but I still think that Chelsea will have a little bit too much quality for Aston Villa. However, will there be any advantage that Villa played on Wednesday, and this is Chelsea's first game? Villa's team: Nyland in goal, Konza, Mings, House, Targay, Hourihane, Douglas Luiz, McGinn, El Ghazi, Davis and Grealish. So, Villa need to start winning. They are second from bottom at the moment. They are a point from safety, but a win for them would take them above Watford. Brighton's win yesterday obviously was epic in the way that they beat Arsenal, but they are currently in the bottom 3, Villa, so they need to start picking up some points. I don't think Arteta is ready to manage. I'm going to contact my mate Brendan to take over, says Amy Assey. I think he's talking about Brendan Rodgers. Get your score predictions in if you are watching. Appreciate that. And oh God, I tell you what, I've had a lot to eat today. It is Father's Day. I've had a lot to eat. So let's have a look how we're doing. Just want to make sure this is working. Flex just said, oh shit, Sheffield United got spanked. Yeah, they got spanked 3-0. Dean Henderson. Fantastic performance by Dean Henderson. Yeah, really. I mean, he did okay, I suppose, but you know what? It is working, which is great. Hot Mic is great, says Ronnie Johnson. Thank you very much. Trying this out, says Drew Knotts. We're having a roast tonight, says Brad. Come on the Villa, says Khalil. I think it will be 2-1 to Chelsea. El Ghazi, Willian and RLC to score, says Joe. Heart Mic working well, says MLJ. Great, it's working, which is good to see. And I've got it up on my computer now, which is absolutely... makes my life a lot easier, is what I would say. Okay, right. I think I'm ready to get on with the show, which is great. We've had a few super chats on YouTube coming in from Hey Mark, Gold Peace Prosperity. Hey pal, he says great to be here. Isn't this Grealish's audition? And Marpe's won it at the end. Yes, I could get that on here actually. I could actually play that on here a little bit later, especially because I know Zane's here. What's your Hot Mic invite code? Says Exen. It's in the link in the video description. I think it's Mark's 363. In fact, it is Mark 363, and the link is in the video description to sign up. The way Hot Mic works, just so I can quickly say it because we haven't actually hit kick off yet. The way Hot Mic works is it's an app. And what you do is you download it free on Apple and Android. Follow That's Football, or Mark Goldbridge I think it's called. Use the invite code Mark363. You'll find our stream. It's got a live chat exactly the same as YouTube. I think it has a bit of crowd noise as well for a bit of ambience if you want that. The most important thing is when it gets to kick off, I know some people get stuck behind my stream or ahead of my stream. What you need to do is hold your app or tablet up to your TV that you are watching. Turn the audio on your TV. Keep the audio on the app. Hit my face and it will say sync. Press sync and it will absolutely match it in perfectly. So what you're watching on the TV is absolutely perfect with what I'm saying. So when I'm saying Grealish 3-0, Grealish will be scoring his hat-trick. So, you know, that's a guess that's going to happen. But that's how it works. We need Chelsea to drop points, says Adnan Rahman. Well, it would be nice for Chelsea to drop points. I would agree with that, Adnan, but I don't think we need them to drop points in the sense that there are plenty more games for Chelsea to drop points. I think the more important thing from a United perspective and a Wolves perspective, because we're playing catch-up, is that we need to win our games. If Chelsea lose today and then we drop points to Sheffield United, there's no point. We've got to put the pressure on Chelsea. We didn't quite do that against Spurs. Wolves did. They beat West Ham well last night. So I think Chelsea will win today. I'd love them not to win. I'd love Villa to have a great day. But it's, you know, how good are Chelsea going to be after the break? And they've got Man City on Thursday night, so that'll be interesting. Ryan Curley, thanks for the contribution. He says, I have to laugh at Arsenal fans mocking Duncan, Cahill and Evans when they were linked to them, and yet they ended up with David Luiz. Banter FC, says Ryan Curley. And Buster Nut says, what does Buster Nut say? Mark, would you shout out all the men who are fighting to see their kids today? Father's Day, plenty of men are suffering with the corrupt English system. Well, it is Father's Day. Shout out to all the dads, all the people who step in to be dads, all the single mothers who are the dads, all the dads who aren't around anymore and that you're missing, and basically all the strong men in your life that you respect. I think that's the way you do it now, isn't it? Because you've got to cover everybody. Zayn Miasi says, Mark, you won't get fourth place, so even if you finish higher, both of us are not making the Champions League, and then Pogba and Martial will leave for Champions League football. You're deluded, Zayn. Do you ever stop? Is there any part of your day that you're not deluded? And if Villa scores first, there will be huge pressure against Chelsea, says Sunil Ambrose. Well, the players are about to come out on the pitch. Apparently Real Madrid go top with a win today. I've got to be honest, I've got no interest in any other league other than the Premier League now it's back. The Premier League is where it's at for me. We are going to do a watch along for Everton versus Liverpool today as well. So anybody who's interested in that, we will be doing that, and hopefully you'll be tuning in as well. Just checking the chat. I've got 2 chats on the go here, which is absolutely fine to do. I just want to be able to see them. 4,300 watching on YouTube. Nearly 200 watching on Hot Mic. Try out Hot Mic if you've never tried it out. Links in the video description. It's exactly the same as YouTube, but you can sync in, and you can get a bit of crowd noise as well. And I'll be interacting between them both. James Bennett is a little bit stuck on Hot Mic. He says, how do you sync? Touch my face on the screen, and the sync button will come up. Hold the sync button against the TV that you're watching, but make sure the audio's on. But I've not synced it yet, so I would wait because I haven't actually done the sync yet. So I always wait for the game to kick off to do that. What are your thoughts of Leeds maybe bottling the Premier League football again? Says you. Did they lose? I haven't even seen the Leeds result. I've seen the Sheffield United result. I didn't see the result of Leeds. So I think they will stay up. But yeah, I mean, bloody hell, Leeds. Who's your preferred centre-back duo for England 11, says PAVFC. I don't know. You know what? I think it's so hard to be judgmental at the moment because these players haven't played for 3 months. And I predicted this before. Sheffield United are going to drop. I didn't predict them to drop so quick. I thought maybe after 3 or 4 games they'd do what they're doing now. Because Sheffield United will not have the squad to play a game every 3 days. And already they've had a bad start, and I think it's going to get worse for them. I think Sheffield United and maybe Leicester as well are going to be at a disadvantage because of this this lockdown. Because if we hadn't have had lockdown, they would have kept playing 1 game a week, wouldn't they? And it's just not worked out like that for them. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but centre-backs for England, I mean, Harry Maguire worries me a little bit from a United point of view at the moment, if I'm absolutely honest. Right, I'm just going to sync this in for people on Hot Mic because we're nearly at the start of the game. And basically, what you do is you can download it for free in the link in the video description to give it a go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just about to sync the app in. So what happens is, now I do it on Hot Mic, I'm just about to hold my Hot Mic up to the game so that, let me just do it, sync. Okay, it's done. We're done. If you're on Hot Mic now, all you've got to do is touch the... sorry. I'm coming back, don't worry. My computer's broke. My mobile's pissing about. We're just about at kick-off as well. I'll explain what I have to do there. Players are on the halfway line, so you're not missing much. And I'm back in the room. So yeah, basically what I've just done then is I've just turned the audio on my TV and synced it up to my Hot Mic. So basically, if you're watching on Hot Mic now, press my face, the sync button's there, turn the audio on to the football that you're watching, keep my audio on, press sync, and it will sync it in perfectly. So what you're watching on your screen is what I'm watching on my screen. So when I say, that's a red card tackle, you'll see the tackle. That's how it works. Okay, I need to get the timer ready on YouTube as well, but we're up and running. Everything's going great. Please share the video if you're watching. Share it on Twitter and Facebook. You can also do the share button on Hot Mic as well. I'd appreciate that. Twitter and Facebook, everybody do a share. We're about to kick off here. It's Villa against Chelsea. We're back at Villa Park. This was the first game on Wednesday night as well, wasn't it? So Villa cheated a little bit on, or they got the rub of the green for certain against Sheffield United. I hope they don't get bad luck today. I would like to see Chelsea winning this game. But no, I wouldn't like to see Chelsea winning this game. I expect Chelsea to win this game. I'm happy if it's a point. I'm even happier if Villa win it from a Manchester United point of view, you know. But everybody's welcome on this channel. That's football. So please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. And yeah, lots and lots of games. The Summer Festival of Football. It's about to get hot in the UK this week as well. So it's really going to feel like a Summer Festival of Football like we would have had with the Euros. So yes, definitely looking all forward. We've had a few super chats. Come on Villa, beat Chelsea this week, can't get worse for Arsenal, says Zane Miassi. Calvin White says, working from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m, going to miss the Liverpool game tonight. Good thing I booked Wednesday night off. We can get the result tonight, says Calvin White. And Lewis Downhill says, hi Mark, I'm a huge Arsenal fan and I only have football in my life. The results are really affecting my mental health. Any tips on how to get my head clear, says Lewis Downhill. And is Flex doing the show at 8 o'clock, says Villett Burtonwood. Yeah, we are doing an 8 o'clock show tonight and we've got Ricky, Saeed and Adam on the show as well. So, just going back to that, there's a free kick here for Aston Villa actually. Quite far out, it won't be a shot, it'll be a cross. Jordan Hutsuch, thanks for the super chat. He says, let's hope there is no goal line controversy at Villa Park today. I'll guarantee there won't be. Over 5,000 watching on YouTube, over 300 watching on Hot Mic. Give Hot Mic a go. Links in the video description. Cross comes in. It's going to go to the keeper. That's absolutely fine. Talking about mental health there from the Arsenal fan. Mate, you know what? Bubba G just said there, have you seen Ty's video on AFTV? Come on, Chelsea. I mean, look, I love Ty. But I remember being outside the Emirates with him, and he absolutely wouldn't shift. Claude would shift, but Ty wouldn't. He is absolutely deluded fan of Arsenal in the nicest possible sense. He doesn't want, he's totally blinkered. So when he's calling Morpay names and everything like that, this is a guy who stood there with me and Flex telling us that the Invincibles team is better than any United team in history. Like, he's absolutely, you know, you've got to respect him in a way, because he's one of those fans who just, no matter what, absolutely is obsessed with his team being the best. That's pure support. It's banter, it leaves you open to banter. But the fan who was talking about mental health, look, mate, I've been there with United over the last 6 years. From being one of the best clubs in the world, people say, you know, you've got to accept the bad times when you've had it so good. It's not how it works. When you're used to success, you're used to being a bบclub, you hate it when you're not. Chelsea are on the attack here with Willian. Plenty of players back, runs into the box, cross comes in, Villa get it clear. It's almost, what I would say about football is don't let it define your mood. You know, you're going to be in a mood because you've lost, but at the end of the day, good times are ahead. Football, would you rather have had the last 3 months with no Arsenal playing, or would you rather have now? I'm sure you'd probably think you'd rather have no football, but ultimately Arsenal's your club. It's your passion. You belong to something there, and you know, as long as you're passionate about it, you've got to what I would do if I was an Arsenal fan is what United fans did about 18 months ago, is just realise we're not winning the title in the next 3 years, and it's going to be a long process. But as long as you're going in the right direction, you can be patient. And for United fans, we're still a bit unsure whether we are. I think we are. And once you're on that right direction, the patience comes. Once you accept that your rivals are better than you, it's hard to accept, but look, Liverpool are a club I can't stand, but I respect the fact they're better than us. They're doing better than us. They've got a better manager than us. They've got a better ownership than us, and they're being run better than us. Once you accept it and you start climbing the mountain again, then you can start to enjoy it again. But I think with Arsenal, they're still clinging on to this thing that they are still a big club, and I think that is probably part of their problem. Ryan Curley says, absolute pleasure to watch the games with you, Mark. I have no one at home to watch them with, so it's great to have the streams. Perfect, Ryan. Thanks for the super chat there. Andrew Chow, Sheffield are crap. How are they where they are? Beyond me. Chelsea will win today. We need City to beat them and lose one of the game and for us to win the rest. I still think Leicester are a possibility. But back to mental health and your football. Treat your football as a way to improve your mental health. You're a fan of Arsenal. Look at what Arteta's doing. Well, look at what the club's doing and be vocal about it and say, this is not what should be happening. Good cross in from there. I think it's Loftus-Cheek who heads it wide. The sprinklers have just come on at Aston Villa. Bloody hell. Sprinklers on, GDS not working. What's going on at Villa Park? It's they need to pay the bloody Wi-Fi at Villa Park. Sprinklers on during the game. I think there's gremlins in the system at Villa Park. But it's still 0-0, 5 minutes gone. Enjoying this. And I hope that Villa can just give them a game. I think that's what we want today. We want to see Aston Villa give them a game. Guys, when I try to sync, it says make sure your TV is on and not commercial mode, says Advan. If anyone in the hot mic can help anybody out, that would be appreciative. Basically, if you're in hot mic, what you need to do now is press sync on my face. Well, press my face and it will say sync. Press the sync button, but make sure you've got the audio on for your TV at that time. You can turn it on off afterwards, that's the whole point. But it needs to hear the commentary of your TV to sync in with me talking. You have to have both audios on at the same time. Come on, Villa. Lots of people talking about Villa. I think a lot of people want Villa to win today. We've got nearly 6,000 watching on YouTube, 350 on Hot Mic. Please keep sharing the video if you're watching on Twitter and Facebook. And please subscribe to the channel on YouTube, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I don't know what we're at, but I think we're nearly at 163,000, which would be great to hit today. You're all very welcome. Everybody's welcome on this channel. We just sit and watch the football. That's the whole idea. There's a little bit of bias based on whatever team you support. Obviously, I'm a United fan, so I would like Villa to win. But it's not going to stop me praising Chelsea if they turn up and win 3 or 4-0, because ultimately it's a challenge, isn't it? That's the challenge. I think Chelsea are going places. I do. I think the signing of Werner is fantastic. I think Ziyech is a good signing, and I don't think they're finished there. I think Lampard's a good manager. I think for a first season with no transfer window, the loss of Eden Hazard, the implementation of youth, and one of the biggest things that I admire about Lampard is, I know they've lost some games, but I do see good cross into the box there, but Kepa's caught it. But what I do see with Lampard, and I haven't seen it with Ollie, and you don't necessarily see it with a lot of new managers yet, I can see what his philosophy is. I see the way he wants to play football, and I can see his tactical build of his team, which I think stands Chelsea in good stead, because the players have been implemented into that very, very early. And look, they've had some bad results, and yes, it takes time when you're new. But as he adds better players into this system, and the players that he's got this season become totally aware of it, I think the stronger Chelsea will come. Wouldn't surprise me, if I was a Chelsea fan, I would be expecting to be fighting for a title in the next 2 to 3 years. Andrew Chow, I totally agree with you about Ty. I just don't like to see people take the mick out of him, and hope AFTV will look after him. You can't knock passion. Mate, he's such a nice guy. I've met the guy. I really like him. Of course, he's a unique character, but I love Ty. I love Claude. I think they're really nice guys, and they love Arsenal, and they're really they're really great people when you meet them in real life, as I'm sure many of you know, as is Robbie. So I wouldn't like anybody to be being vicious or abusive towards them, because they love Arsenal. Someone's got to. Lads, the question is, says Joe on Hot Mic, who's the most deluded Arsenal fan, Ty or Zane? And this app is great, to be fair, says Kieran Epsom. And are you doing a watch-along for Man City versus Burnley tomorrow, says Lewis Walker? No, I'm not willing to miss 2 United Stand 8 o'clock shows in a row. And Anfield Agenda, what's up, Mark? Hope you're well, pal. Big shout out to Anfield Agenda. Big game for them tonight. 2 games away from winning the title. So Craig always says it to me, so I'll say it to him. I wish you no luck at all. But I definitely, if Liverpool win tonight, I definitely won't be watching them play Crystal Palace on Wednesday night. The last thing I want to do is watch Liverpool win the title. I would rather do a lot of things, of which I'm not going to give people ideas on a live YouTube stream on a Sunday afternoon. But you can imagine what the things I would rather do than watch Liverpool win the title. But I will be watching Liverpool-Everton tonight. I mean, they're going to win the title. They deserve to win the title. But the longer it takes, the better for me. How do you feel about Sheffield United having 3 players unavailable against United, says Unai Emery on Hot Mic. Willian shoots, blocked. Chelsea having a lot of the ball here, but it's gone out wide. I'm surprised Sheffield United have had a bad start that they did, but I predicted they would have it would go bad for them, because they haven't got the squad depth and they've got to play a game every 3 days. When they play United on Wednesday, it's their 3rd game in 7 days. That's ridiculous amount of football for them to play. So they were already at a disadvantage. I already knew Henderson wouldn't play. I've got to say, if you've got any Arsenal fans watching, I don't think that Henderson being out for Sheffield United or Leno being out for Arsenal is a definite reason to say we're screwed. I mean, a good goalkeeper is important, but there's still players out on the pitch who score the goals. This is what I was saying to Arsenal fans yesterday. They kept focusing on Marpe. They kept focusing on the Leno thing. And I understand that, but ultimately you didn't lose to Brighton because Leno got injured. I don't think Leno would have saved either of the goals. The first goal was just calamitous, and the winning goal was just the defenders switching off. At the end of the day, if Leno might have saved that winner by Marpe, but it comes from the defence switching off. Arsenal lost that game because of the 10 outfield players. They didn't create enough and they didn't defend well. Just want to remind Arsenal fans they got bantered by Brighton players, says the Unknown. Thanks for the super chat there. And please subscribe if you're new and you're watching on YouTube. We are doing Everton-Liverpool tonight as well. You can join us for that. But loads of watch-alongs to come over the next coming months, really. We're going to have Champions League and Europa League watch-alongs in August, all through July with the Premier League and the Cup. Obviously, any United games will be on the United Stands. That's where you may know me from. But on here, everybody's welcome, and just get involved in the chat. And we've had some really good watch-alongs. I mean, yesterday, Watford-Leicester, that banger by Chilwell, and then the late drama equaliser by Dawson. Loved that. Then the Morpay show at 3 o'clock. We loved that, of course. And then I didn't watch any other games, actually, did I? But Wolves did very well. And on Wednesday night, we had that ball over the line drama. So there's always a bit of drama for us to get involved in. Pulisic is on the bench, Cowboy Spike. And anti-VAR Cam says he thinks he's got it working on Hot Mic now, which is great. Harvey has. He says, let's go Villa. Bay to start ahead of Lindelof, Mark, says Ryan. We'll be talking about that on the United Stand tonight. And what do you think about St. Maximin as a player, says Reece Jones. I think he's too good. I think he's too good to play for Newcastle. But then again, it's he can't go anywhere else this season, can he? But I think next season he may be looking at a move. That surprises me as well. I would have thought Reece James would have been playing for Chelsea tonight. I mean, I know Alonso and Azpilicueta are very experienced, but I think Reece James is in the same sentence as Wan-Bissaka and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he's a fantastic up-and-coming fullback. I really do. Let me just give a shout out to Hot Mic. It's a perfect game to give it a go if you want to give it a go. The link's in the video description. It's Apple and Android. It's free. Click the link. Use the invite code Mark363. Follow us on That's Football. You'll see we're live on there anyway. When you click on us live, you'll see the same thing that you see on YouTube, but you'll get a little bit of crowd noise as well. You'll also get a live chat to interact with, which I can see and interact with as well. But more importantly, if you're ever watching a stream and you're behind me, Hot Mic's brilliant for this, because what you do is, when you're on Hot Mic, if you click on my face, you'll see a sync button. Turn the audio on for your game. Hold the audio of your phone or tablet up to it, press sync, it will listen to the game, it will be listening to me, and it will sync it in perfectly. So when I'm talking, you're getting it perfectly on the screen. So if I'm saying the referee's having a chat with Hourihane, you can see that is happening now. Oh, he's just put the whistle in his mouth. Hourihane's saying, piss off, ref. And these things will be happening for you. So give it a go. It's free to do it. I think it's a good game to give it a try. And then when we're using it in the future, you've got the app on your phone. But link in the video description to just give it a try. And we've got 350 people giving it a try at the moment. So thanks, everyone. Omar says the app is actually amazing. Good one. Will you be unsynced? Oh, no, definitely. Sorry, this is a good point from Declan. Once you've synced, you only need the audio on your TV on to sync it. Once you turn the audio on your TV commentary, and then you've got my audio on your app, hold it together, press sync, and then you turn the audio off, and it will stay synced in for the rest of the game. It's the whole point is that you can listen to what we're talking about and not what's on there. So yeah, once you've synced, you only need the audio on to sync it. You can turn the audio on from the TV once you've synced it, and it will tell you you've synced in. Smash a like, says Tottenham guy. Shout out for Dublin. I'll give a shout out for Dublin, Matthew Larney. Bloody love Dublin. But 13 minutes in, I would say Chelsea are shading it a little bit, but not massively. We've only got another 77 minutes to go before we get the result that I need. I've gone with a 3-1 win to Chelsea, and hopefully they won't win. But if they do win, they deserve to win. That's just how it works, don't they? But there we go. Mark, play that massive Morpie clip, and congratulations for 163k. You know what? I am going to try and do this just for the banter. I knew people would ask for this, so I'm going to go and see if I can find it. I know I've got it somewhere. Here's what I prepared earlier. I've got it instantly. Oh, Morpie's won it at the end! Oh dear, I've got it now. Simple as that. I will be able to play it for you again. I just need to come in and out. It's just, you know, the thing is, this is what I love about this channel, is that we're just watching a game, and I saw that clip back, and I didn't even know how I reacted to it. There's a corner here that Grealish is going to take for Villa. I didn't even know how I reacted to the goal from Marpe, and then you see it back yourself, and you're like, oh my god, I really reacted to that, didn't I? So it's great, brilliant that that's sort of gone mini viral. Robbie's definitely seen it. That's all I want. That was my aim at the end of the day. That corner was crap for Villa, and it's ended up with the ball being cleared from Villa's own penalty box, which tells you how bad the corner was for Villa. Quite like the look of this Davis for Villa, by the way, who's playing up front. I know there's another guy that they want to play. I forget what his name is. I know what his bloody name is. I've just had a mind blank. Smatter. But Davis is holding on to that shirt at the moment up front. He actually plays number 39, but you know what I mean, traditional number 9. But I was impressed with him the other night. I don't know how old is he, this Davis guy. Tell us about him in the comment sections, everybody. Oh, Morpie's won it at the end! That will be appearing every few minutes, I would imagine. Okay, so we've got 16 minutes on the clock. Quite an equal game at the moment. Villa desperately need 3 points, don't they? I'm going to have a look at Villa's remaining games in a moment, because I think it's always quite interesting. When we looked at Brighton yesterday, that win was so important for Brighton, because their next 2 games are Leicester and United. Then I think they've got Norwich, and then they've got Man City and Liverpool. So Brighton, if they'd lost yesterday, may not have won again for the next 5 games. He's 22, Davis. Thank you to everybody who's telling me that. Although somebody just said he's 17, nearly 18. I think we'll go with the 22, because most people are saying that. But let's have a look at Villa's remaining fixtures. They've got Newcastle on Wednesday, which is a big game for them. Then they've got Wolves on Saturday lunchtime, which is also a very big game for them. Then into July, they have got... So they've got Newcastle, Wolves, Liverpool, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, Everton away, Arsenal, West Ham. So that, yeah, I mean, there are games that they can win there. There's definitely games that Villa can win there, but I think that they need to start winning. You know, best thing to do is win when you can. Enjoy the rest of the games, folk. Happy Father's Day to all the dads as well, says Anfield Agenda on Hot Mark. Mark, I live in Reading. This stream is helping me distract myself from the horrendous terror attack last night, says Ed Gilbert. Yeah, can I just say, in relation to that terror attack last night in Reading, I think 2020 has been such a difficult year, and as somebody who used to work in the police force, I can pretty much imagine what was all going on. I sort of saw a clip of something on Twitter last night which disgusts me. I don't understand why we live in a climate where people grab a phone and record somebody with stab wounds dying. I just don't get it. And then they put it up on Twitter. And people say, well, it's all evidential. But ultimately, they've not filmed the person stabbing them. They've turned up and filmed the victim dying. I think it's disgusting. I think it's about time this sort of thing led to fines and prison sentences, really. Because this is the second time in about a month I've seen 2 fatal stabbing victims on Twitter and looked at it. And I think it's just wrong. I think it's disgusting. But other than that, I've got to be absolutely honest, Ed. I haven't really paid much attention to it. Not through lack of empathy, not through lack of disgust, not through lack of compassion, but more because I just find 2020 relentless, and I think at some point it starts to collapse your mental health. There's so many bad things going on that I haven't really read about it, because I'm just like, how much more can we take? The human brain, and it's relentlessly bad what's going on this year. So I apologise if that may come across as a little bit, well, it's not insensitive, because I'm not insensitive to it. I've not read about it, because you know what? I'm getting close to the limit of what I can read about. I've had people I know die of this virus. People I know, businesses going out of business. It's a hard year, and that's why getting football back has been a positive for some people. But horrific what's happened, and thoughts go out to the victims and families and friends, because we all know I can imagine what's happened. We've seen it in London, and it's just a sad waste of life for somebody doing something that realistically is... Oh, good shot, good save by the keeper. I don't know who got the shot off. Was it Mount? Willian plays it. I think it's Mason Mount, isn't it? Good shot with his left foot. Good save by the keeper. Come on, Villa, says Mustafa Gaming. Good to see Loftus-Cheek back, actually, look, my foot. It is good to see him back. Important player for Chelsea. Missed most of this season with injury, hasn't he? And I think he's a player with a lot of talent from a Chelsea point of view, from also from an England point of view. I mean, Chelsea are buying all these players, aren't they? But they have got some really good younger players. Loftus-Cheek, Hudson-Odoi, obviously, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Tamori, Gilmore, Reece James. That's a lot of players, and there's probably more. But I've just named 5 or 6 players there, all of which I think can be future first team players. Plus they're buying players. Plus they've got experienced players like your Kantes, your Jorginhos. So I think Chelsea, and as I said, Lampard is a good coach with a good philosophy. It doesn't mean he's going to be successful, but he's certainly heading the right way. I want to hold your hand, says Abel Russell. Shout out, please, says Harry. And what film did you watch last night, says VAR Cam. Got a couple of super chats, but I'll come back to that. Mark, but I like this story, and I like this super chat from Michael Suttor. And I would have liked it if it was a free comment, but thanks for the super chats on YouTube. You can do it through the $sign. Thanks for your support. Bellingham posted on Instagram story wishing his dad a happy birthday, a happy Father's Day, and used the picture of when he visited Carrington. Any thoughts? You could get really excited, Michael, and you could, like I will. I want United to sign Bellingham. You could get very excited about it, but I've seen players like posts by Manchester United players before and still not come to Manchester United. So I'm not going to go all in and say Bellingham's coming to United, but I hope he is. I still think Dortmund are favourites. Mark, we need capital punishment or life prison terms for terrorist attacks, says Zayn Miasi. My prediction for this game was 3-1 to Chelsea, by the way. What film did I watch last night? I taped Skyfall. I was going to watch Skyfall because I've watched James Bond the last 2 Saturday nights on ITV. But I ended up watching... I don't know whether anybody else had this. Before lockdown, I was in the rhythm of football. I was in the rhythm of going down the pub, seeing family, seeing friends. And I was in the rhythm of a couple of things on Netflix that I was watching. And then lockdown hit, and it was like, can't go down the pub, can't see my friends, can't watch football. I just felt like starting new box sets. And I realised last night there's a couple of things I've not finished watching from when the lockdown hit. So The Trip, which is Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon, which is like a comedy series. I was halfway through it, season 4. So I finished that last night. So that's what I was watching. And then I watched a couple of episodes of Friday Night Dinner, which I've watched before and I'd never really got into, but I've started getting into it now. But I'm only on season 1. Hey Mark, can you give me a shout out please from Australia, says Rishan Bright Wade Pereira. Thank you very much. That's on Hot Mic. He's given us a little bit of a tip. Thank you very much. Everyone on Hot Mic. If you could share it on Hot Mic, there is a share button as well. That would be appreciated. And on YouTube. It's still 0-0 in this game. 23 minutes gone. Hey Mark, can you shout me out? And also Arsenal are crap, says Mr. The Vlogs. I tell you what, I can do more than that. I can do more than that for you. Oh, Morpace won it at the end. I'm gonna use that until the next one. Basically, I'm gonna use that until the next big moment that we can use. But it's a nice thing to just be able to click, isn't it? Lovely bit of squirrel. Lovely bit of squirrel. Yeah, Abdul, very good. Liverpool versus Everton prediction score. Says Ian Mark Harper. Drinks break in this game at the moment. I'll have a drink of water as well. I think that I'm hoping that Liverpool Everton. I mean, I've been looking forward to this game probably more than most. I mean, I think United Spurs I was really looking forward to because obviously it's United. But away from that, the game I've been looking forward to the most is probably Liverpool Everton because what you can guarantee in Liverpool Everton is that there will be a needle, that there will be some passion to it. So I'm thinking, you know what, this could be a cracking Sunday night game. And that's what I'm doing. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm doing. I'm waking up every day and I'm going, oh, you know, there's a couple of Premier League games that I would never have watched. Never would have watched them. Never would have watched this much Premier League football. And a lot of it's because we've not had football for 3 months. But a lot of it's because we've not got the Euros. And if the Euros had been on, I'd have been watching 3 shit games a day. I'd have been watching bloody Peru play Switzerland, which is impossible because Peru wouldn't be in the Euros. And I'm not sure Switzerland were either. But I would have been watching those crappy games. So it's great. It's going to get really hot this week in the UK. You know, Wednesday's going to be a scorcher, and I'll be out in the afternoon, maybe having a beer or two, knowing that United are playing at 6 o'clock. So, yeah, it's great. It's great to have all this football back, and it's great to have everybody watching. So please subscribe if you're new on YouTube. Make sure you're following us if you're on Hot Mic. Subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner on YouTube, and share the video. Share it. It's on Twitter and Facebook, and get involved. Everybody's welcome on here. Extra Z says if United don't beat Sheffield United, we're crap because Joe Linton scored. I think if Sheffield United had beaten Newcastle 4-0 today, I still would have said United have got to win on Wednesday. We've got to win. You know, I think we needed to beat Spurs. We definitely have got to win now. We've got to go and win our next 5 games and put some pressure onto Chelsea. If we don't beat Sheffield, I've read that one. Our hardest on paper game ended with a 1-1 draw. We should be happy and positive and look forward to the rest of the season, says Sam, clearly a United fan. Jordan Such, I think it's safe to say Norwich, Bournemouth and Villa will be the 3 teams going down. All crap. And Nick P says, Mark, thoughts on Sheffield United? Have they just remembered who they are? Sheffield United, says Nick P. I think the break has destroyed them, and I predicted that as well, and I know many of you did. What do you think of Mings, says Ash G? Good. He's a good player. I mean, look, he's a decent centre-back. I wouldn't say he's a top 6 centre-back. Fair play to him for getting selected for England. He's a good centre-back. But what's happened to Sheffield United is what could have happened to Norwich. You know, what's your mindset? 3 months is a long time. It's the cross comes in from Alonso, Villa clear it for a throw-in. You know, 3 months is a massive break. It's the biggest break you're ever going to get in your career. You know, people think, well, it's not as big as the summer break. It is. Even if you finish your season in mid-May, you're going to be back playing pre-season at the start of July. These players have had 3 months off, the longest they'll ever get in their career. And, you know, Sheffield United were doing very well before the break, and we're still in the same season now, but it's still a 3-month break. To come back and have everything the same is very difficult. You've got to go again. Any momentum, any form is out of the window. You know, it is, unless you can get back into that. which is, for me, Norwich should have come out, yes, on Friday night against Southampton. And maybe they did. And Southampton maybe did that and were just better. But Norwich could have come out and gone, yes, we are bottom of the league, but you know what? We could win 9 games in a row. It's a mini season. What went on before doesn't matter anymore. United are a prime example of that. We would have smashed Spurs in that game before lockdown. Spurs had 3 injuries. Yeah, we didn't have Rashford and Pogba, but we would have beat them. We play them on Friday night. They've got all their players back. They park the bus. We can't break them down. We're a bit rusty and we draw. I predicted that. So any form, Everton could beat Liverpool tonight. Liverpool could win. Liverpool could not find it hard to win their 2 games. They will win 2 games out of 9, but they might not win the next 2. Anything can happen, and I think that's what makes it a little bit exciting. And I think with Sheffield United, it is the case in point. Sheffield United have just they're not able to replicate what was going on before. Arsenal are closer points-wise to relegation than to third, says Mike Thomas. Hey Mark, how long since you've been in the Vale of Beaver? I've been watching for about 3 years now. United stand, keep up the great work, says A-Nex. I think my sister technically lives in the Vale of Beaver, because isn't Langer, have you ever heard of Langer or Barnston? I think they are classed as the Vale of Beaver. But I've not been up to Beaver Castle for a long time. Lovely place in the world though. Cross comes in, cleared by Villa. Chelsea starting to step it up a bit. Do you think our creativity has improved, says Extra Z? If you're talking about United, I think it's too early to say. Cross comes in again and Mings clears it. Chelsea laying siege to the Villa penalty box at the moment without being able to break them down. Of course, I've seen Chelsea before they will have a lot of the ball. I remember them playing at Goodison Park and they lost and they had so much of the ball but they just couldn't break Everton down, and maybe that's an encouragement for Villa. What you certainly don't want to do is you don't want to go behind against Chelsea because they'll just keep the ball and they'll hit you on the break. Villa need to keep a clean sheet in this game or score first. Next watch-along, George Nicholas, will be tonight. Tonight! Dun, dun. Who remembers New Kids on the Block? You've got to be a bit old for that. Callum Williams on Hot Mic says, I think Wolves will get top 4. What do you think? Mate, I'd already spoken about Wolves running before they won yesterday. I said if Wolves beat West Ham, they could get top 4. They're still going to have to win a lot of games. What a cross by Willian. Straight across the 6-yard box and straight over to the other side of the pitch. Lovely cross. Nothing comes of it. Villa are a little bit under pressure here at the moment. You feel like Chelsea need to take advantage. But yeah, Wolves beating West Ham yesterday was very impressive. And their fixtures are not... They're not terrible. The only problem with Wolves is they're coming from a little bit further behind. Like, they were 2 points behind United. So they were... they've got that little bit further to go. So they've got they've got less room for error. They've basically got to try and win every single game. But who would say that they couldn't? Another good cross there, punched away by the keeper, Nyland. Villa just can't keep them out at the moment. I think if this was and this is where, for me, if you actually had a crowd, Chelsea wouldn't be able to do this. Because the Villa Park crowd would be going mad. They'd be going, getting on their back a bit because they're penned in at home big time. And Chelsea just relentless attack after attack without really creating anything. Arsenal is the easiest team in the league, says DZ. And just remembered Ancelotti manages Everton, says Orhan Kelly. Thanks everyone who's given it a try on Hot Mic, by the way. I'll tell you how you do it in a moment. Suffice to say, if you want to give Hot Mic a try, it's really good if you are somebody who is a little bit behind me on the streams because it's got this sync button. It's also got a bit of crowd noise that you can have, and it's also got a live chat. So it's the same as YouTube in that sense. Apple and Android, link in the video description. Use the invite code MARK363! Ooh! Shot came in from Mason Mount. It wasn't a good shot, but it spun off the keeper. And I tell you what, if it had been a little bit closer to the goal, it would have spun in. He did see it a little bit late, but God, could have been a little bit worse there. Could have been a little bit worse for him. And it wasn't Mason Mount, it was Kovacic, who I'm a very big fan of. I might have mixed Kovacic up before with Mason Mount, actually. It's hard because they don't have the names on the back. Villa, finally with a bit of an attack here. Long shot, good save by Kepa. It would have been a worldie if it had gone in, but he shot from outside the box and Kepa pushes it wide. I think it was that Trezeguet who did that. I don't even know if Trezeguet is actually playing. I think it was El Ghazi, actually. Yeah, it was El Ghazi. I always get them two mixed up. Good hit. Good routine save by the keeper, really, but he's done a good job with it. And Willian brings it away for Chelsea. Yeah, link in the video description for Hot Mic. It's an app. It's on Apple and Android. You can use it on your phone. You can use it on a tablet. Use the invite code Mark363. Follow me on there. You'll see that we're live on there at the moment. And when you're in there, you'll see the live chat. Like we've got Ryan, Tom Smith and David on there at the moment. And basically what you do is you'll hear a bit of crowd noise while you're watching. Turn the audio on for the TV game that you're watching. Keep my audio on. Press my face on the app. It will say sync. Hold it up to your TV. Keep the audio on the TV. Press sync. It will tell you it's synced. Turn the audio off. Keep my audio on. And then when I'm saying Willian's running down the right wing, you'll see Willian running down the right wing. And it's a good cross and Nyland's off his box quickly. 33 minutes gone. Chelsea are definitely phasing this at the moment. Shading this at the moment. Tom House says, have you spoke to DT today? No, I don't speak to DT very regularly anyway. But I'd certainly leave him alone at the moment. I don't think he'd be feeling like a little bit of banter. But DT, if you are watching... Oh, Morpace won it at the end! I love it. Oh, good cross. Good cross. And was McGinn on the end of it. He glanced his header and it just didn't get enough on it. But that's a chance for Villa. That's a good chance. And McGinn puts his hand up, but I think he's got to do a lot better there. I'm not saying he's going to score, but the cross comes in. He's about level with the 6-yard box and the front post, and he sort of glances it wide. I think a hard header, and it would have been a hard save. Grealish is playing very deep today, says Extra Z. Well, I think he's not at the moment. He's right up at the front. I think he's got a free role, Grealish, to be honest with you. Zed Jamie says Grealish is playing like a defensive midfielder. He's all over the shop because he's now playing up front. And he's picked it up here in an advanced position. This is where Grealish is dangerous, actually. Oh, crap. Crap pass by Grealish. It's a shame that. They were in a good position there. And we've had a bad collision here. I think the ref's going to blow up. Yeah, he's going to blow it up. Well, I guess it's a new brand new day after all. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. Every time I hear the curtain call. See the girls with the curls in the hair. The buttons in the pins and the loud fanfare. Tonight, dun 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 dun, tonight. God, New Kids on the Block were crap, but it's just a time of my life. It was a time of my life. We're back playing anyway, they're alright. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, I'm just going to tell you what we're on. 163,789, so we're very close to hitting 164,000. We're only about 200 away. If you've not subscribed, bottom right hand corner, you're all very, very welcome. And we are going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs on here. FIFA's back tomorrow at 3:30 as well, if anyone's interested in that. But bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 164 today. And thanks for the super chat from Andrew Chow. He says, why is Dean Smith in the stands? Touchline ban. Probably just a better view. Probably a better view, I don't know. Kovacic bringing it forward. Nice little ball in there to Mount. Knocks it wide. Willian's put some good crosses in. And they have got Giroud, which I think has been picked for this sort of thing. Decent cross. Cleared. I think Chelsea have definitely used that as a tactic today. I mean, why wouldn't you? That's the whole point of playing Giroud. He's not quick. Tammy Abraham's quick, but I think they really want to exploit Giroud's height here. And they come again down the right-hand side with Willian, who I think Willian and Pedro are both leaving for free, aren't they, this summer? Somebody was saying yesterday on the watch-along that Willian and Pedro are actually going to... Oh, lovely bit of play. Terrible first touch, though. I think it was Azpilicueta. He did a 1-2, and if he'd have had a good first touch, he was in. Bad first touch. 90% possession for Chelsea in the last 10 minutes. That's unbelievable. Villa need to do a little bit more in this game. Yeah, but somebody was saying yesterday, and I don't know whether it's true, obviously Fraser at Bournemouth is not going to play for them again because he's free at the end of June, and he won't play for them after June, so they've said, well, you're not playing. But somebody was saying that Willian and Pedro have done the same, so that they won't be playing for Chelsea in July, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'd rather play than not play. Please share the video if you're watching on Hot Mic and on YouTube. There's a share button underneath. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. That'd be appreciated. Nice little slipped ball in again to Mount. Cross comes in. Oh, Grealish was a foul anyway. They're getting closer and closer. Chelsea are dominating here as if without a shadow of a doubt. They are absolutely dominating at the moment. Everton versus Liverpool is a 7 p.m. kickoff. I think if you're like me and you'd like to see Villa get a point or even better here, it's going to be a long afternoon. Just Chelsea are very much in control. You were mentioned on Mini Minter's podcast, Mark. Says no content, Mark G. Well, I hope it was in a good way. Probably wasn't. Let's be honest. What do you think about Chelsea's next fixtures and how many points they can pull off? Says Rox Callan on Hot Mic. And are the new players joining next month? Says Kellen. I don't think they can. I don't think they can be registered. I think you can leave, but I don't think you can register the new players. Hi Mark, I've liked the video, says Michael Peltier. Good run here by Mason Mount. Oh my life. That's another good cross in from the right hand side. And Loftus-Cheek just can't stretch. It's not quite Gaza against Germany in Euro 96, but it is that sort of a cross, and it's very good play by Mason Mount down the right hand side. He starts out on the touchline and he makes his way past two players actually to put the cross right across the face. I mean, Loftus-Cheek is nowhere near sliding on, but it's literally the cross he puts in is a metre off the goal line. It's just going across the face of the goal. It's a tap in for anyone who can get it. But Loftus-Cheek is, although he slides, he's a bit late for that. He's never going to get it, to be honest. He's never going to get it. Nearly 400 watching on Hot Mic. Give it a go. Links in the video description. Mark363, the invite code, and I'll talk you through how to do that in a minute. But Chelsea looking very sharp, says Wan Lee. They are definitely the better side. And they're coming forward again here. They've got the overlap with Alonso. This could be a goal for Alonso. He'll hit it. Oh, I think he should have hit that with his left. He's got such a sweet foot, Alonso, on his left foot. I don't know why he came back onto his right there, but he did. Grealish wins a free kick there. He absolutely played for that. Are you going to be doing a live stream for the Merseyside derby, says THFC Matt? Yeah, I'll set it up in the second half, but we are going to do. I'll have a little break because this game will finish at about 6 and then it's a 7 o'clock kickoff, but we will be doing it, yeah. I hope you're all enjoying the watch-alongs, by the way. If you are, please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and get involved. I say I don't feel like there is an I in team. We are a community, as you know, and we try to be as impartial as possible. Sorry, I don't know what went wrong there. We try to be as impartial as possible. Oh, Morpace won it at the end! Grealish will win it in the end, says Rooney Stenson. I hope so. I hope I am saying Grealish has won it at the end, but I think Chelsea at the moment are looking very, very good. What I did want to have a quick look at, Willian again down the right-hand side. They are absolutely all over them at the moment. Willian over the bar. What do you see in Grealish? He's English and overrated. He couldn't even get in the Arsenal team, says Zayn Miassi. Mate, if he played for Arsenal, he'd be one of your best players. Zayn, come on. Stop being so bitter. But Chelsea's next... So Chelsea at the moment are 3 points ahead of United if it stays a draw. If they win, it goes up to 5 points. Chelsea's next few fixtures then, if we are going to try and see if they'll drop points. They've got Man City on Thursday, which is nailed on. They've got to lose. If United are going to catch Chelsea, they've got to lose on Thursday to Man City. Then they've got West Ham away, which you know could be tough. Watford at home could be tough. Palace away could be tough. Sheffield United, I mean, I think that's probably their easiest fixture at the moment. Norwich, you'd fancy them to beat that. And then they've got Liverpool second to last game, and then Wolves. The trouble with the Liverpool game is that Liverpool may well have won the league by then, because it's the second to last game, so they probably will have won the league. So how motivated will they be against Chelsea? And then Wolves on the final day, well, Wolves will be motivated for that. So Chelsea are probably, I would say, out of their last 9 games, they could lose 2 and draw 1. Which means United have still got to nearly win every game just to go past them. I still think Leicester are more likely to drop points. But there you go. We've got a good cross from Villa. What a save! Goal! Goal for Villa! It's a goal for Villa! It's a goal for Villa, and I'm just saying it's a goal for Villa just in case it's not given, but that's what we need. Goal for Villa, and it's Horse or House who scores it. Well, he can come round to my house, if that's how you say it, because that's 1-0 to Villa. I've said it 3 times now. I don't think there's going to be a VAR on it, but that is fantastic. Come round to my house. House. It cross comes in. Is there any element of an offside here from Grealish? Love. Are you going to cross it, Jack? Are you going to... No offside. No offside. No offside. Yes, that's a goal. Get in, Villa. I tell you what, though, if you're a Chelsea fan, you're gutted because they've just not done... Villa have done very little, and right before half-time, they've got something to hold on to here. And... yeah, it's 1-0 to Villa. It's not a cracking goal by any sense, but it's definitely a goal, and that's what matters. House with the goal. Get in. Get right in and stay in. Did Zayn Mayassi really say Grealish wouldn't get into the Arsenal team, says Jordan Such? Yeah, he's still very upset. He's still very sore about what happened yesterday. If you don't know what happened yesterday... Oh, Morpay's won it at the end! I should do that every time there's a goal, actually. I got very excited because the goal came from Aston Villa. But I was saying that about 10 minutes ago. And look, it's not rocket science what I was saying. But Chelsea, so good on the ball. 90% possession in the last 10 minutes. If they'd scored with that possession, how are Villa going to get back into the game? Because Chelsea have got something to hold on to whilst also dominating the possession. Very important that Villa kept a clean sheet or scored an early goal. And not an early goal, but scored first. And that's exactly what they've done. So Villa now really... would you say it's a sucker punch? They'd had a couple of shots before that. The front post header by McGinn that he didn't really connect with. Also, the shot from distance by El Ghazi. But Villa 1-0 up. And look, deserved. Chelsea have dominated possession. I said it was reminding me a little bit of Chelsea against Everton, where Chelsea also lost. We're dominating the possession, but not scoring the goals. So, Lampard, more of the same, really. This Chelsea side, very good and easy to watch, easy on the eye, but a little bit soft in relation to getting the results. Still plenty of time left for Chelsea to get back into it. But at the moment, they are 1-0 down. Up the Villa, lots of people very happy about that. There'll be lots of United fans and Wolves fans. I think there'll even be some Arsenal and Spurs fans very happy because they won't have given up on the dream of getting top 4 themselves yet. But Villa, very important that you get into the half-time 1-0. If you go in not 1-0, then it's like 0-0 again. And Chelsea have got the momentum. If you can take it 1-0 at half-time, Chelsea are going to come out second half absolutely needing to get back into it. A few super chats. Ash G says JT looked low-key disappointed when it went in. Yeah, JT's probably wearing a bloody Chelsea kit underneath, let's be honest. And Chelsea can't beat this pub team, says Zayn Mayassi. Well, I doubt you could either. Andrew Chow, it appears all our rivals around us are flopping at the moment, which should pave the way for us to take advantage. This is a good opportunity for us, says Andrew Chow, clearly a Manchester United fan. I'm not going to run away. Chelsea have dominated the possession of the ball. And if that continues, it'll only be their fault if they don't win. So there's a long way to go in this game. I think, first of all, you've just got to get through to half-time and then take it from there. They've got to stay ahead for half-time. Arna, the code for Hot Mic is Mark363. If you want, I'll tell everyone how to use Hot Mic. Links in the video description. I'll show you at half-time how to do it. But if you want to get ahead of the game, links in the video description. Download it. It's free on Apple and Android. And use the invite code Mark363. Alonso with the shot from the edge of the box on the volley with his left foot, but it deflects wide. Let's get to half-time, Villa. Get to half-time. We are currently 20 subscribers away from 164,000. So if you are new, please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, and we can change that number. 164,000. Corner cleared. Edge of the box. Kovacic! Oh, my life. That was close. That would have been an absolute banger from Kovacic. Comes to him on the edge of the box. I like Kovacic. I think he's low-key been one of the players of the season. Controls it. Oh, God. The volley is elite. It's just gone wide. He's on the edge of the box. He controls it with the outside of his foot. He smashes it with his right foot. It's got the right dip. It's got the right height. It's just got not got the right accuracy as it goes wide of the post. But what a hit. What a hit by... I'm a big fan of Kovacic. I think he's a fantastic player. As well, you know, this is the thing. They've bought Werner. They've bought Ziyech. They're probably going to buy a couple of more players. You've got young players like Hudson-Odoi, Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Gilmore, Reece James. I probably forgot somebody else as well. Tamori. You've then got players already there like Kovacic. Rudiger is a good player as well. They've got a lot of good foundations, but what Chelsea do need to find, which they don't have, they've lost 10 games. They've lost 10 games in this Premier League so far. So they are in 4th place, but they've lost 10 games. Half time, very important that Villa, once they are in control of the game, that they are going in at half time 1-0 up. And they are 1-0 up at half time. And now we've got a very, very interesting second half ahead of us. Very interesting half ahead of us. Can Chelsea... Is this going to go the same way as it did at Goodison? They dominate the ball, they don't score the goals, and Everton take all 3 points. Or are Chelsea going to come from 1-0 down and get 3 massive points? Let's not forget, in relation to the Premier League table, at this moment in time, Chelsea on 48 points, Manchester United and Wolves on 46 points. That's... You know, even Spurs, who were 6 points behind Chelsea, would think, you know, maybe we can get into it. Not Arsenal. They're in 10th. I don't think Arsenal are going to get into it. Does anyone think Arsenal are going to get into it? Oh, Morpace won it at the end! I don't. But, yeah, so Chelsea, if they were to lose this game, United and Wolves are 2 points behind them. They've actually gained on them, even though Villa-Chelsea is probably the easier game. I think Wolves away to West Ham and United away to Spurs is harder than Chelsea away to Villa. But United and Wolves could make points on them, which is not what we were thinking about when we drew with Spurs on Friday night as United fans. And I tell you what, if we do make points on them, and we are only 2 points behind them tonight, I'll be very happy. I'd have took 3. I don't mind if it's a draw, it's a draw. But even better if Villa win it. But there's no doubting Chelsea have been the better side. I think it'll be a source of frustration for Chelsea fans. And you know what? Let's be honest. You know, you've got to look at things from both sides, and that's what we try to do on this channel. What do you think about Chelsea's... we've done Chelsea's fixtures, actually. We try to look at it from both sides. If I was a Chelsea fan, as I said, I think with Lampard, you've got a manager there that I know what your philosophy is. And with Ollie, I still don't know what Ollie's is yet. And I've seen Arteta, and I'm still not sure what his philosophy is yet. But with Lampard, you can clearly see a team that plays to the way he wants to play. You can clearly see a team that plays good football. I think the problem with Chelsea is, in that final third, there's not enough killer instinct. Lots and lots of great crosses came in that half. But they're losing 1-0. And if you watch that game, you'd go, how are they losing 1-0? Well, Villa totally deserved to be winning 1-0. Villa's goal was legit. But Chelsea have so many good crosses coming in, and they're not getting on the end of it. They don't have that killer instinct. Now, Werner's going to give them that. Ziyech's going to give them that. Maybe they're going to get Havertz. Lampard's not had a transfer window. He's had to get by with what he's got. But they have lost too many games. So I think Chelsea are heading in the right direction. And I think if you can add some quality into that team, they're going to get better and better. But at the moment, it's about Champions League football, and that's in jeopardy at the moment. They need to start winning, which is exactly what Abigail Ledente is saying. Who won it at the end, says Bob Asher. I think we all know who won it at the end. We're overdoing it a little bit. We'll bring it back in a minute. Please subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube, bottom right-hand corner, and you can share the video by clicking the share button and sharing it on Twitter and Facebook, which you can also do on Hot Mic, which I'll talk about in a moment. Patrick St. Pierre, thank you for the super chat. He says, it reminds me of United versus Spurs, where United had all the control and chances, but Spurs had the goal. Interesting to see if Chelsea can respond. I think you're right, Patrick. I think you're absolutely spot on. It's very similar to that United-Spurs game where... But I think Villa have done more than Spurs, to be fair. Let's not diss Villa. In that first half, Spurs had 2 chances, a header from Son and the mistake where Bergwijn scored. For me, Villa have had 3 chances. They had the long shot from El Ghazi, which Kepa saved. They had the front post header from McGinn, and they also had the goal. So they've actually created more than what Spurs did against us. But apart from that, you're right, it's quite similar in that sense. Who do you think should start next to Maguire for England, says TJB Network? Well, I think it's a debate about Maguire at the moment. Thanks for the super chat, Oyson Cantwell. And Chelsea are crap, says MCH07. Let's not get arrogant as a United fan. I think Chelsea are very dangerous and they are the ones in control of 4th place at the moment. But, look, the race for top 4 is going to be very interesting if they do drop points. Esme on Hot Mic says up the Villa. Thanks, Esme. And, I would like Villa to win. Happy Father's Day, Mark, says Michelle. I think, happy Father's Day to everybody out there, because one way or another, you'll be celebrating it or remembering somebody, or you'll be a father yourself. But or you might be a mother who, single parent family. I know we're living in that world now, and rightly so. I mean, I grew up with a lot of people who were brought up by their mum because dad wasn't around. So, I hope you're having a nice day in that sense. Hi, Mark. Please, can you shout me out? Says National Rail Spirit 101. I don't know why people want these shout outs, but there you go. Right. So, I'm just watching the goal back again. Jack Grealish has it on the right-hand side. Passes it back. Whipped cross. Back post. Villa just attacking the back post. And House is there to bang it in. There's definitely no element of offside on it. It's bad defending by Chelsea, really. Once that cross comes in, as a defender, you've got to be reacting. And the cross comes into the back post. There's 3 Villas lined up. There's 3 Villa players lined up. There's 4 Villa players there to tap that in. Where's the Chelsea defenders? That's crap defending from Chelsea. I hadn't noticed that. Kepa makes the save from the first one, but if any Chelsea defenders actually react, there's four Villa players lined up there. So, poor really. We've got 350 people on Hot Mic. I'm just going to tell everyone how that works because you might want to try it. Links in the video description. Invite code is Mark363. What is Hot Mic? It's an app where you have the similar thing to YouTube. You've got a live chat, but there is crowd noise there alongside it, so you get a bit of ambience. But also, if you are somebody who watches these streams and you're a little bit behind, it's got a sync button that syncs up for you. So basically what happens is, download the app. It's on Apple and Android. Link in the video description. Use the invite code Mark363. Follow me, which I think I'm Mark Goldbridge or That's Football. It will take you straight to that anyway. You'll see the live stream I'm doing. You'll see me on the screen like you do on YouTube. You'll see a live chat like you do on YouTube. You should hear some crowd noise, which you don't get on YouTube. But what you will be able to do is, if you press the sync button, make sure you've got the audio on for the match you're watching, so you can hear the commentary or whatever, or the halftime analysis. Make sure my audio's on. Press my face, you'll see a sync button. Press sync, hold it up to the audio of your TV or laptop. It will sync it in perfectly. Turn your audio off, and then when I'm saying they're showing Kovacic's brilliant volley, you'll see Kovacic's brilliant volley. So it syncs it in perfectly. Brilliant technology how it works. A lot of people really liking it on Hot Mic. It's free to try. Link in the video description. Try it out for the second half because we're going to be doing it for Everton versus Liverpool as well. Second half to come, we're going to do an Everton versus Liverpool watch along as well, I'll have a little break after this one and then we'll be back. But we've got the second half obviously coming up ahead as well. Come on Villa, says RLM. Mark, do you think United will struggle against the lower team, says Farhan? Well, look at Villa today. Chelsea are struggling. This is the thing. I think Manchester United need to go and win. Basically, I think United need to win 8 games. I don't even know what United's next fixtures are. I mean, let me just have a look. We've spoken about Chelsea's fixtures. We've spoken about Villa's. We've spoken about Wolves. Everyone says Manchester United's fixtures are really, really good. Sheffield United on Wednesday, I'd expect us to win. Norwich in the Cup, not bothered about that. Brighton away, I'd expect us to win. Bournemouth at home, expect us to win. Villa away, I'd expect us to win. Southampton at home, expect us to win. Palace away, that could be tough. West Ham at home, expect us to win. Leicester away. So United on paper, you're going to expect us to win a lot of the games. But what we definitely have to do is win the next 5. We've got to beat Sheffield United, Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa and Southampton. We've got to win the next 5. Can't afford to drop points. If we win the next 5 and you look around at what Leicester and Chelsea and Wolves are doing, I think if we win the next 5, we might well be in the top 4. And then with 3 to go, Palace away is tough. West Ham at home you'd expect to win, and Leicester away is tough. But we've got to win the next 5. You win the next 5, I think United can get top 4. But look at Villa today. Chelsea is struggling. Why won't we struggle when we play Brighton? There's no guarantees that it will go our way. But I think that if United want to get top 4, they've got to win the next 5 without a shadow of a doubt. Nick P, Mark, can you finish Zane off? You know what button to press. I haven't seen Zane in the live comments for a while. And Sebastian Anderson says, controversial opinion, England could have won a major international tournament if they played Carrick behind Gerrard, Lampard or Scholes. Thoughts? Well, I think you're 100% right. I think you've got to have balance in your team. Rox Callan, again on Hot Mic, says that, and I wanted to read that actually, Grealish is a true leader. He doesn't mind dropping deep to progress play, and I think Man United lack a leader. I don't think Manchester United lack a leader anymore. I think with people like Bruno and Pogba coming back, and there are some leaders in that team, but I think we have lacked leaders over the time. Hot Mic is better than YouTube, says Key. Well, give it a try, and you can make your own mind up. And Mark, I'm listening on the toilet. You can even turn your phone off, says Ryan. Yeah, on Hot Mic, you can just keep the audio running on your phone and turn your screen off. You can do that. Mark, if Chelsea lose, then we beat Sheffield. We'll be fourth because City will beat Chelsea, says Saban. Let's not get too arrogant. There's a lot of Chelsea fans in the live comments. Everybody's welcome on this channel. Subscribe if you're new. Follow us if you're on Hot Mic. Share the video. But everybody's welcome on here. It's half time. Let's not forget that Chelsea dominated that half. If Chelsea can turn that domination into clinical finishing, they can easily go from 1-0 to 3-1, which is I predicted. So we're only halfway there yet. Let's not get too carried away. I think you're going to see a very similar second half to the first half. In fact, Chelsea might put 2 up front and start. And if I was Lampard, I would say, whoever's in the bloody box, gamble. Gamble on it coming across the face of the 6-yard box. Because if we'd done that in the first half, we'd be 2-1 up. Mark, if Arsenal get relegated, I'm going to cryogenically freezing myself and we'll wake in 10 years when we are champions and Spurs have been relegated, says Zayn Miasi. Finish him. Oh, Morpace won it at the end. Sorry, Zane. People are asking me to do it. Chelsea will get a goal in the second half, says Erstasis. I still think Chelsea are favourites. I still think this is only half-time because it is only half-time, and I still think Chelsea are the favourites. Trying to say if you had no choice and you had to sell them, that's what I'm saying, says Ishak. I think he's having a chat with people on Hot Mic. And, hey, Mark, who do you think John Terry's supporting? I'm not a big fan of John Terry. I think he was a fantastic footballer, but I think there are numerous things that he's done in his life that are dubious. Anton Ferdinand, Wayne Bridge, and other things. But I'm sure he'll end up getting a job in management because he just seems to be somebody who lands on their feet, isn't it? Apart from when he's taking penalties in the 2008 final. You see where I went with that? All the way. I worked it all the way through to that because he landed on his arse then. Mark, what about St. Alan Maximum as our right winger? Man United fan, says Brian. Look, United want Sancho. Sancho's the player that Manchester United want. So if we don't get Sancho, the conversation will open up into other options. But it's it is what it is. Thank you for that about the yellow ball. I've just seen that, and I know why I did that. So I'll turn that off. It's annoying. Well done. Well done. So it's chucking it down with rain in Birmingham, which isn't actually too far where I'm from, and is quite accurate. It is accurate weather at Villa Park because it is raining here at the moment as well. Can Villa hold on to this lead that they've fought very hard for in this first half? Or will Chelsea's dominance of possession turn into dominance of the results? We were about to find out as the second half kicks off. Jamie Carragher's at Everton, the club he supported as a kid, makes out he's a Liverpool fan, Everton fan. Read his book. I've read his book. It's very interesting. He was an Everton fan until he's into his teens. I've got nothing against that. Got nothing against that. Nothing against that, Jamie. Nothing against that. But let's not pretend that you're a Liverpool fan born and bred, because you're not. Neither was Michael Owen, neither was Steven Gerrard. There's a lot of Liverpool fans who started off as Everton fans. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying it. You can be a Liverpool fan, Jamie, but he was an Everton fan, and most of his family is Everton fans till very, very late on. So makes out that he's such a big Liverpool fan, which I think he is because he played for them. But he was a very big Everton fan as well. Merseyside derby predictions, says Darshan. I'm going to go with a draw. A draw. I mean, look, Everton at the end of the day, when you look at the league, let's have a look at league table. Could Everton get into a race for top 4? No. 40 points. No. Well, no. I don't think... I think Everton want to get in a Europa League race, don't they? And they could definitely get into that. But they're not going to get into a Champions League race, if you know what I mean. How much do you think Adama Traore would cost us if Sancho doesn't work out, says Clifton Rodriguez? 40 to 50 million? In this market? Yeah, 40 to 50 million. Probably. Yeah, I am doing a watch along for that one as well. I am doing a watch along for the Everton-Liverpool game as well. Please subscribe if you're new. The players are coming out. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. I don't know whether we've hit... I can change it if we've hit it. 164,000. We've done it. Thanks, everyone. If you are new, please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're on the road to 165,000, which we might hit during the Liverpool game, actually. So please subscribe on YouTube. Bottom right hand corner if you are new. And share the video. There's a share button. You can share it on Twitter and on Facebook. Sorry, I'm just reading a message there. I thought it was something about Bellingham, but I can't say any more, so I'll have to phone them later. Right, second half's about to kick off. If you are trying it out on Hot Mic, give it a try. Second half, download it. Mark363 is the invite code. It's on Apple, it's on Android. Give it a try. I'll talk you through how to do that. So there's people in the live chat who can talk you through it as well. And Messi would have been better at United than Ronaldo, says Jacob. Oh, I think it's such a hard experiment to try and determine, to be honest with you. I think it really is. Right, Chelsea are going to lay siege to the Villa goal this half, and again they're getting a lot of joy down the right hand side. Cross comes in, and I think it's a corner to Chelsea. It is a corner to Chelsea. I don't think it. I know it. Get Willian off the pitch, says J MacG. He's a funny old player, Willian, isn't he? He really does divide a lot of opinion with the Chelsea fans. But if I was being absolutely honest with you, in that first half, he did put a lot of good crosses in. Well done, Grealish there. Didn't just blast it out. I think they need to try and keep hold of the ball a bit. What was the score in the Leeds game? I know they've obviously lost, but I don't know the score. I don't know the score in the Leeds game. Oh, Morpace won it at the end! Will that ever get boring? 2-0 they lost. Career mode's back tomorrow on FIFA for the gaming POM. It's back tomorrow. They lost to Cardiff 2-0. Leeds, okay. Yeah, 3:30 tomorrow, career mode, because we've got to do Everton versus Liverpool watch along as well. JT needed to tech our defenders how to defend, says Jack Roberts. I think John Terry would be a good acquisition for Chelsea and Lampard, actually, because defensively, I think offensively, unsurprisingly, with a player like Lampard, and Jody Morris was a midfielder as well, they're very progressive, but defensively they let a lot of silly goals in, Chelsea. So that is something that they do need to improve on, to be honest. But there's going to be a lot of ball here. Alonso has it on the left-hand side for Chelsea. Going to be a lot of possession here. Aspilicueta keeps it in, and a throw-in. Mark, did Morpay win it at the end, says Dr. Singh. I don't know, let's ask him. Oh, Morpay's won it at the end! He did, Dr. Singh, he did. When's the chart show, Mark, says Mohammed Abdi? I don't know. It will happen. It's just whether I do it before the Sheffield United game or I wait and have 2 games of evidence. It's hard to do. Do you do the chart show based off 1 game, or do you give them 2 games and do it? Part of me's thinking wait for 2 games. Corner to Chelsea again. 3 minutes in, they've already had 2 corners in this game. It's going to take a very strong defensive effort here from Villa, because even if Chelsea equalise, they're not going to change bombing forward and forward and forward. Crap cross by Willian there. They'll be saying sub him off for that. Kaveh Ahmadi says, how are Villa winning this game? Well, Villa are winning this game for the same reason Chelsea have lost, is it 10 games so far this season in the Premier League? Because Chelsea have not been as clinical with their chances as they should be. And defensively, they switched off. I mean, 71% possession for Chelsea in this game though, so far. Shots on target, Villa have had 3 and Chelsea have had 2. So they've had a lot of possession without actually causing the keeper any really serious problems. So, and they've got a 2v2 here. Al-Ghazi on the right-hand side. Lots of Chelsea players back now. But if he pulls that cross in, and it's not a great cross, but Grealish is going to pick it up. Oh, no, he's lost it. I think Villa are always capable on the break. House clears it. What do I think about the Sane situation? Says Chapos Emilio. I think that he's a good player, a very good player. I think nearly every club in the Premier League would want him, including Liverpool. I think he'd be a very good player for them. I think he clearly wants to go back to Germany and play for Bayern Munich. And with 1 year left on his contract, they're probably going to get a good fee for him because I heard that they wanted 100 million, but how can you get 100 million pounds for a player that's going to be free in January? So I think Man City will try and hold out for a decent fee, but I don't think Bayern Munich will play stupid money. Cross comes in from Chelsea, cleared by Mings, pushes his defence out. Sheffield United without Egan for the United game, says Furzy. And we've had another super chat come in from Jasper. He says, people are saying Morpay won it at the end. Any proof to that by any chance? If so, Arsenal is such a banter club. Jasper, we've read that one. And Jordan Such, do you see West Ham going down? I think somebody's going down that I didn't expect to go down. I said Norwich, Bournemouth and Brighton, but that win for Brighton yesterday puts them in a really good position. Chelsea are playing quite well, but it's that final ball for Chelsea. They've just got to find that final ball. I think Bournemouth are going to go down. I think Norwich are going to go down. And then obviously it's going to be one from West Ham, Villa, Watford and maybe Brighton. But that win for Brighton was massive yesterday. I think Watford and West Ham fall into that category of being too good to go down, and it really should be Villa or Brighton, but I don't think it'll work like that. There is an 8 p.m. show, Peter. United need to get Sancho quick because Sane leaves Manchester City and they could go for him, says Ishak on Hot Mic. Good back heel there. And it's a goal kick. They're fighting hard here, Villa. Target there, very good. Rob DeRoos, is there a Hot Mic United Stand channel? No, it's just all under me. If you want to try it, links in the video description. Mark363 is the invite code. Give it a try. Give it a download. It's free. You'll see what it's all about. A lot of people enjoying it. I love Marpay, says Tiny Mario 75. Marpay is the GOAT, says Shripad. Bournemouth need to get relegated, says Key. Would I take Sane if you couldn't get Sancho, says the great ones? Look, even though he's played for Man City, I would take him. I like Sane. I think he's one of the closest players I've seen in the modern game to Ryan Giggs in the way he moves across the ground. I mean, why Bayern Munich need him? I mean, bloody hell. You already win your league with half your... You could always... Bayern Munich could win the bloody Bundesliga with 8 players. And yet they go and keep buying better and better and better, but don't win the Champions League. I don't know. It's just total domination for Bayern Munich of that league, and I don't know what Sane's motivation is to go and play in a league like that where it's just going to be a piece of piss. But I suppose you win the Bundesliga title, don't you? Good cross came in there from Willian again, and it's Aspilicueta with a header, but it would have been a very good header to find the back of the net. THFC says, would you class Marpay as a Spurs legend? If I was Mourinho, I would be signing Marpay this summer. He's only about 22, 23. I think he's ready for a step up, and I think Spurs is the perfect place to go. It'd be an instant legend, isn't it? Spurs are going to make Chelsea are going to make a substitution here. Pulisic is going to come on. Wanker, thank you very much, says Villa win equals Sheffield United snatching last-minute draw on Wednesday. Well, you're quite right, Wanker, because He's called himself Wan and then second name Kerr. I know what he's doing. But United have consistently not capitalised on Chelsea's mistakes. So, yeah, I would be a bit worried if Chelsea did drop points. I'd be worried about United. There's a long way to go here yet. I'd still put Chelsea as favourites in this game. You know, like on live betting, you can bet on the final result. I'd still be putting Chelsea as favourites, draw second favourite, and Villa win as the third favourite result outcome. I still think there's just plenty. I just feel that Chelsea cannot not score in this game. Is Grealish goes to United, where would he play, says Salah Ahmed? I think he'd be a bench player, wouldn't he? Kante with the cross. Giroud heads it up and over the bar. I mean, it's an interesting tactic that Chelsea have deployed today with Giroud. I mean, he's very good in the air, Giroud, but Mings and House are very good in the air as well. So maybe they should have tried a different tact. But Barkley and Pulisic are coming on, and I would imagine Mount and Willian are coming off. Kovacic comes off. Might just be a fitness thing. I think Kovacic is one of Chelsea's best players, to be honest. I'm surprised by that. And Willian didn't come off. Loftus-Cheek came off. So Pulisic goes to the left. Giroud stays on. Willian on the right. And then we got Mount, Barkley and Kante as the midfield three. Davis doing well in the corner here. I thought that was a foul on Davis, to be honest, but the ref, the linesman, bottled it. Villa got time. I didn't watch the Sheffield United game. No, I saw the goals, but I didn't really. I sort of had it on in the background, but I didn't really watch it. We are doing a watch. Oh, I've not changed. Please subscribe if you're new, because we are. I can tell you now, we are on the road to 165,000 that we could hit today. So bottom right hand corner, subscribe if you're new. And if you have already subscribed, please share the video. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. There's a share button underneath. Give it a share. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. And who's watching the Liverpool game? Because we are going to do a watch along on here as well. So you'll be very welcome to join in for that one. I've already had my dinner. What did I have for Father's Day? I had a full cooked English breakfast, back of the net. And then the wife went out to the local pub and got one of those Sunday lunches delivered. Well, it's not delivered. She picked it up. And a pudding as well. So I've ate like a pig today. I think you can still say eat like a pig, because I've seen pigs eating and they won't stop. So that's what I've eaten like today. So I don't think I'll eat it again. I don't think I'll be eating again. But I don't normally do loads of United questions, but there is quite an interesting question here from Akalish saying, do you want a centre-back for United? And I think it's very interesting when you look at every club. I'm not going to talk about Villa, because I think Villa would like to change their whole team in the long term, because, look, they're never going to fight for a title. I think Lampard's gone for exactly the correct position. Timo Werner. You think Timo Werner in that team today, you've got that world-class, top-class talent to score you the goals. So I think that's very, very good. Thank you for Dean for subscribing. United's priority is a right winger. I mean, I think Liverpool's priority for me is probably another centre-back to play with Van Dijk, but do they really need that? Villa are on the attack again here. And no foul. Back with Kepa. So, yeah, I think from United, they do need a centre-back, but do they need to sign a centre-back? I think it's just very important that you have a balanced centre-back pairing. Maguire's not fast. Lindelof's not fast. Where was the recovery pace when Maguire made the mistake? It wasn't there, because Lindelof isn't fast. If we'd had Bailly playing on against Spurs, I don't think that goal would have gone in, because he would have been quick enough to cover Bergwijn's run. I think Ollie needs to play somebody with a bit of pace. Whether he thinks what a cross that was again from Willian. So you see, Willian gets a lot of criticism, but again he's whipped a lovely cross in that. Well, it was Aspilicueta actually. It was Willian who fed it to Azpilicueta, who put a lovely cross into the front post. And Giroud just can't quite get on the end of it, and the keeper's caught it. But, yeah, I think United need a player with a bit of pace next to Harry Maguire. Or Lindelof. You know, drop Maguire for Lindelof if you want. But as a pairing, that pace isn't great. Who's better, Joe Gomez or Maguire, says Sam Collins. Well, Willian on the run. Keeper's got it. If I say Maguire, everyone's going to laugh at me because of what he did the other night. But I think Harry Maguire has been very good for Manchester United. He just made a very bad mistake on Friday. So I would still say Harry Maguire. Get Tammy on, says Alex George. We got 413 people on Hot Mic. So they're obviously giving it and enjoying it. And you can try it yourself if you're on YouTube. The link's in the video description. It's free. It's an app. It's on Apple and Android. You get a little bit of crowd noise. You get a live chat. You get the same visual screen that you get on YouTube. And you can sync your thing in. Also, if you're listening on a phone or a tablet, because it's an app, you can actually turn the tablet off and just be listening to the audio whilst the game is on. So very, very good. And the big thing is this is the technology of the sync, which works like this. You go into the app. You sign up by using the invite code Mark363. You follow Mark Goldbridge or Mark Goldbridge That's Football, whatever it's called on there. You go into the stream. You keep my audio on. You press my face and it says sync. You hold that up to your TV's audio. It listens to the audio on your TV. It will say sync done. You turn your audio off and you've got a goal for Chelsea on the back post. It's Pulisic. I knew it was going to come and it's always been from those crosses. It's half an hour to go and win it for Chelsea now. And I've got to be honest, I really did think that they were going to score at some point. And especially down that left-hand side. They've been targeting Targate all game. And there's been countless crosses coming in from that right-hand side. Countless good crosses coming in from that far side. And they're just overstacked on the back post. And Pulisic is there. He's only been on a few minutes to tap it home and make it 1-1. And to be honest, on the balance of play, it's only what Chelsea deserve. And I would expect them to go on and win this game now. Villa just cannot sit back and keep holding out like they have been. And there's been so many good crosses coming in from that right-hand side, like I say. And it's just a simple tap-in for Targate on the back post. And that hope that Villa would hold out for 90 minutes has disappeared. And there's still half an hour to go. And as I said, I would put Chelsea as firm favourites to win this game, even at 1-0. I thought they would come back into it. Villa just not able to carry on there. So 1-1, and Chelsea now with the opportunity to go and win and keep that firm grasp on fourth place. Anthony Brown says you didn't sound as happy when Chelsea scored. Well, mate, I'm not going to lie. Everybody's welcome on this channel, and we'll try and be fair and balanced, which I am. You know, Chelsea have deserved it. They have put some loads of good crosses in. I'm not going to stand up and celebrate it as a United fan, am I? I don't want you to win. But I can put my hands up and say that they deserve to be at least level in this game because they've absolutely dominated the ball. And they've got it 2-1 as well. Villa have just absolutely fell. I told you this. Would like to see Williams and Bailly on Wednesday. Lee McGoffrin. I mean, Giroud has just scored to make it 2-1. But Villa have just literally switched off. Villa giving up after the equaliser. Shocking defending. They've just switched off. Absolutely switched off. No wonder they're going to go down. I mean, you've still got a point to hold on for. But where's the tackling here from Villa? It's just lazy. It's as simple as just one give and go. They've got so many players back. Nobody gets hold of Giroud quick enough, and it deflects in. And I think they could go on and win this 3 or 4-1 now. Absolutely shocking from Villa, who've defended so well and have now just capitulated, quite frankly, in the space of a few minutes. And Chelsea, in the space of 2 or 3 minutes, have got this game firmly in their grasp. And the prospect of them dropping points now becomes very firmly looking like they're going to win. Have I got that right? 2-1. 2-1. There we go. 2-1. Well, the game's going to have to change a lot now, isn't it? A lot from... I don't think it's the end of top four for Wolves and United. I fully expected Chelsea to win today. I don't think it's the end of top four at all. It's always going to be a hard task, but Chelsea have still got to play Liverpool. They've still got to play Man City. They've still got to play Wolves. They've still got to play teams like West Ham and Crystal Palace, who are playing for their lives, and I think they've got to play Watford as well. So Chelsea have still got. This is probably one of Chelsea's easier games they've got left, which is why it would have been catastrophic for them to lose it. So, but the quality of what Chelsea have got to bring off the bench has been the deciding factor here. I mean, Barkley and Pulisic coming on. They've still got players like Tammy Abraham on the bench. They've still got players like Hudson-Odoi to come back, Jorginho to come back. You take Kovacic off and you bring Ross Barkley on. Giroud, I think, is going to come off, is he? Or is he? No, he's not. Liam Deegan says, Chelsea Football Club, the most electrifying team in sports entertainment. London is blue, says No Name. Could you really put faith in Villa, says DZ. I think it was always a big ask. I predicted 3-1 before the game. So, Mark, do you like that new beer? I'm not going to read that, Ryan. It's poor. Poor. What would I do? What would you do if you're a Villa manager here? Tyler Mings carrying hard this game. Oh no, says Itachi. And Villa was doing well until JT suggested a sub, says RWFC. Mark says best beer, Goldbridge. I'll let everyone else tell us what their favourite beer is, because I'm quite relaxed about what my favourite beer is, to be honest. If I was Villa with 25 minutes to go, I would try and hang on till the last 10 minutes and then just let them sit back a bit and try and pummel them. I think Villa have just got to try and keep Chelsea out for the next 15 minutes, and in the last 10 minutes Chelsea will automatically go a little bit deeper. For the next 15 minutes Chelsea are going to try and win this game 3-1 and put some breathing space ahead of them. Last 10 minutes you'll naturally start to go towards your own goal and defend what you've got, and then that'll be Villa's chance. But Chelsea at the moment are playing a high press and they're looking to get the game put to bed. Dog Films can't stand Alan Smith as a commentator. Blame game and be always angry eventually if you have your personal space, says Shashan. And are you a Man United fan, says Adalki? Yes. And who do you want to win, says Jacob? Well, as a United fan, I want Chelsea to drop points, but I did predict that Chelsea would win 3-1. I think this is as I say, it's probably one of Chelsea's easiest games that they've got left. Man City on Thursday is what it's all about. And there's a foul on the edge of the box here on Jack Grealish. So everyone has forgotten about the previous 12 games when we barely conceded and Maguire was a big part of that. People have short memories, says Orlando Anglin. Thanks for the super chat there. And if you had to pick a centre-back from the Premier League to pair up with Maguire, who would you pick beside Van Dijk, says Jasper? I'd pick someone who's pacey. I mean, who's the best quick centre-back in the Premier League apart from Van Dijk? I don't think Laporte is Laporte quick? Is Rudiger quick? Is Rudiger good enough? Maguire needs a quick centre-back next to him. Mark, it's the end of the days and rise of Antichrist in Kroenke with Arsenal losing and Chelsea and Spurs getting points, says Zayn Miassi. Well, there's a cross going to come in here from either Grealish or Hourihane. Oh, you've got to score that. Bloody hell. House doesn't look that bothered, but I think he's got to score it. The cross comes in and he's flicked it over the bar. He's so close to the goal as well. Too much on it. Probably can't get over it. Sionku against with Maguire. Tamore and Maguire for England, says Kian. Well, does Tamore actually play for Chelsea anymore? Or is he injured? He's not on the bench, so I presume he might be injured. I don't know. Mark, would you say that KFC is better than Nando's to Sebastian James? Oh, controversial, that is. Controversial. Water break. Is Samata on the pitch for Villa? Yes, he came on for Davis in the 57th minute. Tamare's not been picked. So he's not even on the bench. You can't even make 9 subs. So 20 minutes, 22 minutes to go. Very, very quick turnaround from Chelsea. 2 very, very quick goals. Great stream, says Ed Gilbert, thank you. Tamori isn't injured, says Rory Cameron. He's just not... Rory Cameron, sorry. And Joe Gomez would be good next to Maguire, says George Burke. And they've made a couple of subs here. Trezeguet and Nakamba coming on for Hourihane and El Ghazi. I do like Nakamba for Villa. Does a very good sort of breaker up of the play role. Of current Premier League players, who will be the best manager, says Juan. I don't know, mate. I mean, it's just such a tough thing to talk about. You know, one, there's so many players, and 2, how should I know? The champions-elect will be gracing your screen soon, lads, says Anfield Agenda. I'm sure he'll be doing a stream himself on Hot Mic. He's on Hot Mic there, and probably on YouTube. Looking forward to that. I'm gonna do a watch-along for Everton versus Liverpool. I'll take a little break after this one, and then we'll be back at about 6:15, 6:45 for that. Everton against Liverpool. But again, we've been entertained again here. I think, you know, it would have been a far more boring game if Chelsea had scored first. I think the fact that Villa made a game of it, but it's just it's a dangerous time anyway. When a goal goes in, it's a very dangerous time to either concede an equaliser or concede another one, because your mentality changes. And for Villa, they conceded an equaliser, but a point's still a good point, but they didn't switch on. They conceded the equaliser, and then they allowed that disappointment to let their concentration level drop, and Chelsea took advantage. They would never have conceded that goal normally. It was just they switched off, like I say, and they've now given themselves a bit of a mountain to climb. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Please subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you're watching. Bottom right hand corner, on the road to 165,000. I think we're about 300 away, so if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that. Bottom right-hand corner. Lots of watch-alongs on this channel, and FIFA Career Mode's back tomorrow at 3:30, but we are doing Everton against Liverpool tonight after this one, and our next watch-along after Everton-Liverpool, because I'm no way doing Man City-Burnley. I mean, that will be such a crappy, boring game to watch. Defence against attack in a game that Man City will win. But on Tuesday night, I'm going to do Leicester against Brighton and then Tottenham against West Ham. So that will be a double header on Tuesday night. Hopefully, Brighton can get something out of Leicester. I'm not sure they will, but hopefully they will. And then United are playing Sheffield United at 6 o'clock on Wednesday. Thursday night, we've got Southampton, Arsenal and Chelsea against Man City. We'll do both of those on this channel. And then there's no Friday night football. And then on the weekend, Villa against Wolves. There's FA Cup action as well, isn't there? On that. So lots of games coming in thick and fast. I love your content and keep it up, says Vincenzo. Thank you very much, mate. And another super chat has come in from 6782 Anthony. Tactics are important. I couldn't stand watching Chelsea under Sarri, and Juve are unwatchable now as well. Chelsea are fun to watch this season. Well, look, you know, everyone will know I'm a United fan, or most people will know I'm a United fan, and the Chelsea fans will be there going, taking the piss, because that's just what happens, isn't it? But I was already saying about Chelsea when they were 1-0 down at half-time, I've been I've been quite impressed with what Lampard's done at Chelsea. He lost Hazard. He had a transfer ban, so he couldn't replace Hazard. He's a new manager, and he's had to get by with the squad he inherited and young players, and yet there they are in top 4 position, and they are playing, and his style of football is very obvious. Solskjaer's style of football is not obvious. Arteta's style of football is not obvious. But Lampard's style of trying to play football is very obvious, so I commend him on that. And ultimately, when you've got building bricks of a club, Lampard may not finish top 4. He may well finish top 4. He may have been beaten 3 times this season by Solskjaer, but what he has got over Arteta and Lampard and Solskjaer, who are new managers in big clubs, is that Lampard from day one has pretty much shown his players how he wants to play, and they've adapted to that. You can see how Chelsea want to play football. I'm not saying that will lead to definite success, but next season these players will know how to play, and he's going to add in quality to these players. So things look good for Chelsea if they can start to defend better. They do concede silly goals. Z Toxicity says that our Villa are a bigger club than Spurs. Well, define a bigger club. I think if Villa were based in London, they would be a bigger club. I think Spurs are classed as a bigger club because they've got more fans, and they probably had, they are. I think Spurs are considered a bigger club, but Villa have won a European Cup. I think Aston Villa could be a massive club. They're a big club, but they could be a massive club. And the owners of Man City actually looked at Villa and Everton, and the reason they went for Man City is because they got that Commonwealth Stadium with it. So if Villa ever got any major investment, they could be a big club. I mean, they're based smack in the middle of England. Birmingham's one of the biggest cities in England. They could be a huge club if they ever got the old sugar daddy millionaire overtaking them. Which way do we think the game's going to go? Well, I'd love Villa to get an equaliser, but I did predict 2-2. Fion says, does this put United out of the top 4 race? No, it's still 8 games to go after this. But it makes it harder, but it doesn't make it over. This is one of Chelsea's easiest games. In fact, I'm going to have a look at that now. I'm pretty sure this is Chelsea's easiest game they've got left on paper. Let's have a look. So we've got about 15 minutes to go in this game. Let's have a look at Chelsea's fixtures again. So obviously Villa today, which I would say is quite an easy fixture for them on paper. Obviously it's not always the case. So they've got Man City on Thursday, tough. They've got West Ham away at the start of July, which is tougher than this. They've got Watford at home, which is tougher than this. They've got Palace away, which is tougher than this. They've got Sheffield United, which could be about the same as this. Norwich at home, that's probably their easiest game, to be fair. Then they've got Liverpool and Wolves. So this is one of Chelsea's easiest games, apart from Norwich. So you've got to look at it like that. I mean, I'd rather have the points. I'd rather be in the situation Chelsea are in. It's a famous thing that Sir Alex Ferguson always said. You'd rather have the points, but ultimately it's about points over 9 games, isn't it? And I think that Chelsea winning today wouldn't be a surprise to me. I think Timo Werner's a very good signing for Chelsea. So Villa have got 15 minutes to try and get an equaliser. I think if they can just get through the next 5 minutes, Chelsea will naturally start playing a little bit deeper, and Villa can start playing caution to the wind, because you may as well lose 3-1 as a point for them could be massive. So they may as well lose 3-1 and give it a go than 2-1. Just had a comment here from who was it? Imad has just asked a question. He said, who won it for Brighton? Oh, Morpace won it at the end! That's who won it at the end. Alex George says you were on 4-4 tunes. I'll have to have a watch of that. They didn't tell me. They didn't tell me. Sheffield United got battered today. He did. They did. I'm not saying it's a he. Villa are starting to have a little bit more possession in the final third, which just shows you Chelsea are naturally starting to just step back a little bit. They've still got Giroud on the pitch as well, which I think is quite a good thing for Villa because they don't have to worry about the break so much. Charles Crane says Ziyech, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Werner and maybe Havertz or Sancho. That's attacking depth. I wish United recruited like that. Chelsea have always been very good at recruitment. Very, very good at recruitment. It's nothing to do with Lampard or Sarri or any other manager. They actually just have a very good recruitment department at Chelsea. Do you think Ronaldo should have returned to Manchester United? Says Z Toxicity. United didn't go for him when he went to Juventus, so I would like to have seen United go for him, but they didn't. 10 minutes to go. Oh, just when I said that, he brings bloody Tammy Abraham on. It's like he's watching the bloody stream. Jody Morris is there going, Frank, Goldbridge has just said if they take Giroud off, that makes it hard. That'll make it harder for Villa because then we've got the pace on the break. Quick, do it. It is a good substitution to make because Giroud doesn't give you that fear factor of pace on the break as Villa push forward. So it's the right sub to make, Frank. Definitely. And, you know, Chelsea are another club, a bit like Spurs, but they're obviously higher up in the league. Chelsea have benefited massively from this break as well. Chelsea had a lot of injury problems as well. Before the 3 months. If Sancho signs, would he be better signing Werner? Says Salah Ahmed. And Elite Games says, I don't think Villa will come back this game. It's all been Chelsea. Yeah, but if they have conceded once before. I think Willian's played quite well for Chelsea. I know it's not a popular thing to say, but I think he has. 10 minutes to go. Will we get any late drama like we did at Vicarage Road yesterday? And what was that other game we got late drama in? I can't remember what it was. Oh, Morpace won it at the end. That's it. Oh. Brighton against Arsenal. Kante fouls Grealish. It's another opportunity for Villa to chuck a ball into the box, which they will. I think Europa League, don't forget Wolves are still in the Europa League, so that would be a tough game for United as well as Leverkusen. And Chelsea got a chance to break here now. They've got a real chance to break here now. Kante, this could be it. Back post to Willian. He should be looking at the back post to Willian. He's probably waited too long there. Barkley, corner to Chelsea. Two wins for Liverpool, isn't it? And then they've won the league. Mark, if you could have any player from any era to use in the current United squad, who would it be and why? Says Dark. I think Roy Keane. I still think Roy Keane. Just United need that sort of leadership. You know, imagine what did he say at half time? That sort of passion and a world class player as well. You're getting a world class player and you're getting a world class captain. You know, United desperately need that sort of a centre defensive midfielder. And I think with Roy Keane just sat there in front of the back four, dictating the play, bollocking the players, running the team. Yeah, definitely. I'll have that every day of the week. Every day of the week. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. We're getting close to 165k. We'd lovely to do that tonight because Liverpool are playing. And you know, I'm not a Liverpool fan, so it'd be nice if we hit 165k. Bottom right hand corner. Seriously though, we are going to do a Liverpool Everton game, of course. Pulisic is running through here, but I think he's all right. Lots of watch-alongs on this channel. Everybody's welcome. Hope you've enjoyed it. Willian, ooh, just over the bar, and he's going to get a corner as well. Is Sancho better player than Werner, says Salah Ahmed? Very different players. I would rather have Sancho over Werner, but I think that's just because it suits United that we need that position more important. And thanks everyone who's watching on Hot Mic as well. Tiny Mario 75, Joe Legg, Key, Ishak, and Nan, and everybody who is watching on Hot Mic. Thanks for giving it a go. I think people do like it, don't they? If you want to try it out, links in the video description. It's a free app, same sort of what you're getting on YouTube, but you've got a live chat on there, a bit of crowd noise. You can sync it in with it as well. Mark363 is the invite code. Give it a try for the last few minutes if you want to go and see what it's like. Director of football Paul Mitchell went to Monaco, so unfortunately no opportunity to get him. Yeah, we're talking United director of football. There's only one person who wants to be directing the football and the signings, and that's a certain Mr. Woodward. Another corner here for Chelsea. Time's ticking away, and it's ticking away at the wrong end of the pitch for Villa here. How much would Grealish be if Villa goes down, says Extras E. I think 40 to 50 million. And the Royal Mail X says, hey Mark, how is it going? Enjoying football being back. Man United and Spurs put a good match in. In the last 15 minutes was real tense. I liked the views on Agallo last night. Couldn't agree more. Thanks for the last few months. Thank you very much, pal. Thanks for the super chat. And thanks everyone who's done the super chats. Appreciate that. 5 minutes for Villa to try and get an equaliser in this game. Chelsea coming from 1-0 down. Willian's got it on the left-hand side as he comes into the box. Watch him on his right foot. Lays it off. Good block from Alonso. Alonso's shot, should I say. Chelsea not giving up the ball here. Very difficult for Villa to get back into the game when they can't get the ball. Alonso into the box. Cuts it back. Cleared by Villa, but it comes to Willian. And Villa are just smashing the ball away here, but can't get on the ball. So Chelsea looking comfortable at the moment. Malik wants a shout out. Your prediction on the summer transfer window, says Salah Ahmed. I think United will sign Sancho. And I don't, other than that, I don't know. I've got no idea what Liverpool are doing. I've got no idea what Man City are going to do. They don't seem to be linked to anybody, and I don't know whether that's because of the Champions League ban. Another foul on Grealish. He wins a lot of free kicks, Grealish, doesn't he? James Philpott says, I honestly rate Willian. I think Willian's had a good game today. It's not a popular thing to say, but I think he has. Football Legend says, are you worried that Sancho going to City as Sane isn't saying? I don't think Sancho would go back to City. I know Pogba went back to United, but I don't think he will. It's very hard for Jack Grealish to have a commanding game in a team that's nowhere near as good as... Oh, that was the chance. That was the chance for Villa. Dropped in the box. A little bit of a mistake in the defence of Chelsea, yes, and flick on by Samatta, and it drops to, don't know who it is. Who is it? Jota, and he hits it wide with his first chance. Half a chance, probably should have done a little bit better. Gold Piece Prosperity, thank you very much. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. And we are going to be live for Everton versus Liverpool as well. We'll be live in about half an hour with that one actually. Kicks off at 7 o'clock, so a little bit of a gap between the two. Villa now starting to try and put a bit of pressure on. Grealish has got it on the right hand side. They're going to whip another crosser in here. And they've had to put it out for a corner. So a little bit of late pressure here for Chelsea to deal with. Corner's cleared by Chelsea. Still a couple of minutes to go. Chelsea pick it up. And there's an offside. Time running out for Villa. Big 3 points for Chelsea if they're going to get it. Long ball booted forward. Villa need to get on the ball here. They can't just keep knocking long balls up. And there's another foul here by Chelsea. Need to be a little bit careful, Chelsea, here. That they're giving a lot away silly free kicks. It's on the halfway line, so it's not the end of the world. But it's Christensen, who I don't think's had a great game. He's going to root this up towards the edge of the box. House and Tyler Mings are up, but Chelsea playing a high line, as you would expect. Willian walks off the pitch. Reece James comes on the pitch. Will we get any late drama, or have we had enough this weekend? Will we get a late goal? Remember, there was a late goal yesterday, a very, very late goal in the Brighton game. Pace won it at the end. But it's Chelsea who've won this ball back. There's going to be 5 minutes added on. There was 5 minutes added on in this game. Oh, Pace won it at the end. And there could well be a late drama here with 5 minutes still to go. Lampard smiling. Inside, he'll be thinking, I need these 3 points. I need these 3 points. Bit of head tennis here. And Villa, Tammy Abraham. Oh no, Villa have won it back now with Barkley. Reece James. Mark, you honestly just give me the fright of my life, says the Royal Mail X. Yeah, if you're not anticipating it coming, get it in quick. Too slow. This is the thing, Villa just don't have the quality. And Chelsea do have the quality. And Alonso's gone down now, injured. Poor. You know, this is the difference between a relegation fight and a top four side, because Villa actually in the final third there had options and passes, and the pass from Nakamba is shit, and it causes Jota to foul Alonso, but it's a crap pass by Nakamba. I mean, Premier League footballer, unopposed, with a simple pass like that, should not be underweighting his pass. So it's a free kick for Chelsea. That's going to eat up a good minute. And Chelsea are actually in the top corner now with Pulisic, who's just going to do the whole hold on to the ball. Can Villa get it up the other end? Who won it for Brighton? Oh, Maupay's won it at the end! I think even I've had enough of that now. Okay, Chelsea still got the ball here. Jota, though, wins it back for Villa. That's better. Targay just hits a long one. It's not the right sort of ball to hit that. Keep it on the ground. Reece James does well. Chelsea just blasted up. 2.5 minutes to go. And it's a handball, but the ref says play on with Ross Barkley. Chelsea in the box here. Alonso, they're just going to keep the ball. They don't need to be progressive here. They can just keep the ball in the corner. That's what they're going to do. Barkley, Pulisic. He'll keep it in the corner. And Villa just can't get hold of the ball now. I think Chelsea are looking very strong to get this 3 points. I wouldn't say it's pivotal 3 points. As I said, Chelsea have got 9 games left. This is one of them. And with Norwich and Sheffield United, I think that this is one of their 3 easiest games they've got left. So winning it's very important. But Grealish is driving forward here. There's nothing ahead. Oh, that's a foul. It's a bad foul by Kante. And he will get a yellow card. Some would say it's a good foul by Kante. Grealish running at their back 4 and Kante just takes one for the team. And straight into the book for the referee. It's very central free kick here for Villa. And it's all kicking off a little bit. Between Grealish and Rudiger. See, bit of fight from Grealish. I think he'd fit in well with United. So, an opportunity here for Chelsea to knock a ball into the box. We will have a hot mic stream for you as well for everyone who's watching on Watch a Mic. Hot mic. I will be setting up a Liverpool versus Everton stream as well. If you're on YouTube, the link in the video description, I've just put it in there. There is already a stream for my Everton versus Liverpool watch along, and the live chat is already open. The link is in the video description, or you can go through the homepage for that. But we've still got, well, we're into stoppage time here. And I don't know whether he's just going to shoot from a long way out, too far out, straight at Kepa. Bit of a waste. I think they should have dinked that to the back post, really. Still about a minute left. But that's like a free kick from me. There's just no power on it at all. Grealish leaving one in on Alonso there. Gets a yellow card. It's going to end. I don't think Grealish is going to Chelsea, is he? I don't think the referee gave anywhere near enough time there. The foul actually happened at the end of the 93rd minute. We've only had the free kick in about another 30 seconds. He didn't add on long enough there. But a good win for Chelsea. I think Villa just fell asleep after the equaliser. A big 3 points for Chelsea. Helps them on their quest for top 4. Puts them 5 points ahead of Manchester United and Wolves. I still don't think it's over yet. I think Man City on Thursday night, if Sheffield United lose to United and Wolves win their game, with Man City hopefully beating Chelsea, that gap could come down to 2 points again. But at the moment, it's 5 points. And I still don't think Leicester are out of it. Chelsea are only 4 points behind Leicester now. I think Leicester is still in that race as well. So I don't think it's over yet. Link in the video description. You can get over onto the live chat for the Everton versus Liverpool game. I'm going to be live on there in about 20 minutes. Just going to have a little quick something to eat, a drink, and a bit of a stretch and all that jazz. And I will see you on the Everton versus Liverpool stream in a few minutes' time. Link in the video description for that. I'll set one up on Hot Mic as well if anyone wants to try that. And please subscribe before you go, bottom right-hand corner, because we're very close to 165,000. I will be watching the Everton game. And if you want to try Hot Mic out, try it out, free. Mark363, the invite code, and I'll talk you through the start of how you use it on the next stream. But get over there, link in the video description. Big game upcoming. Everton against Liverpool. See you in a bit. Let the rain fall down and touch my wings. Let it touch away my final fires.